Alright guys, welcome back. You're gonna like this video because what I'm about to talk about is pretty much sorcery. Alright? You gotta be careful with the ingredients that we're gonna discuss. You gotta make sure that you're smart about it. I'm not telling you to take this stuff, I'm telling you that I've taken it myself. And these are my experiences, all right? Do your research, be wise, use some wisdom, all right? Don't be a fool. Go out and make smart choices. That's crucial, all right? These are things, supplements that I have personally used and experienced that have helped me boost my mood. They've had a stimulating effect. They've helped me focus a little bit better. Maybe they've helped me enter that flow state and be able to gather that creativity. All right. I was asked, what do I think about antidepressants? I don't know much about them. I've heard that they're not that great for you. Sometimes they can be a lifesaver for people that are suffering with depression. But I believe that with the right combination of food, sleep, exercise, and maybe some of the supplements we're going to talk about, you could probably turn your depression around. Getting enough sun, these basic things that a lot of people seem to just forget about. All right, so these are the ingredients. And the first one is a very simple natural ingredient. It's called chocolate. 100% chocolate. I'm not talking about milk chocolate with a bunch of sugar. I'm talking about you go to the grocery store and you buy what's called a baker's chocolate. All right, it's for baking. 100%, it'll say cacao. A lot of you guys say cocoa, but it's spelled C-A-C-A-O, cacao, or cocoa, whatever you want it to be called. It's got to be 100%, all right? You don't want it with sugar. You don't want it with any lactose or cream. Straight up 100% cocoa, all right? That has like 4 different ingredients. Boost serotonin. The main thing is called l-theanine, which is, it's very similar in how it reacts, how it acts to caffeine. It's going to kind of give you that euphoric. You know why people say lovers love chocolate? It makes you want to have sex. You have chocolate, you feel like that, that warmness, that love. You want to have sex. It opens up the blood flow. It's very cheap too. You want to instantly boost your mood? Pop a chocolate in your mouth. Put it in your coffee. I'm going to provide you with some healthy fats. Okay, the next one is a very common thing, and that is coffee. As you guys know, coffee, caffeine, not coffee, but there's caffeine in coffee. There's also caffeine in matcha. There's also caffeine in various teas. You can take caffeine pills. Caffeine has a stimulating effect. But if you take caffeine too much, too fast, your body absorbs it, you're going to go through the ceiling, and then you can come crashing down hard. All right, so if you want to prevent that, there's been studies that have shown if you take caffeine with a fat source, your body digests fat, and it's only going to burn the caffeine as fast as you're digesting that fat. All right, I haven't really looked at the studies, but I've heard that. I've also experienced with what's called bulletproof coffee, mixing grass-fed butter, coconut oil with the caffeine, and you do notice it doesn't, smack you in the face all at once. So I personally like coffee because it seems to be a little bit more time release than just taking a pre-workout, smacks you in the face, and you come crashing down. I recommend that you combine caffeine with a supplement called l-theanine. All right, l-theanine is a naturally occurring in green tea. So if you drink matcha, you're going to naturally get the l-theanine. It's why monks will sometimes drink green tea before a meditation session, because it calms the brain. So it actually has this effect. When you drink caffeine, it spikes the brain wave level activity. You sometimes get the jitters. The l-theanine can balance that out. All right, it can make you calm, but while still providing you with that energy from the caffeine. All right, we're going to get into the really deep stuff. All right, this is not for the faint of heart. this is something that you have to respect. It's a plant. You got to be careful. It's called kratom. All right. If kratom was more well known, I highly believe that we could prevent a lot of heroin overdoses. I think that there would be a lot of recovery for these people suffering from heroin. It's called kratom. Kratom. I've experienced kratom. I've taken it probably like 20 times in my life. All right. It's a plant. It's grounded up. There's 3 different strains, the main strains. There's a white strain, there's a green strain, and there's a red strain. Kratom is going to help you with a number of things. If you have intense pain, or say you're dealing with opium addiction, all right, heroin addiction, you're trying to come down, kratom can help relieve that. It's not an opioid in itself, but it sort of transverses those same pathways. Not a lot of people know this. If you know someone in your family that's trying to get rid of heroin, look up kratom. It can be a life-saving thing. All right? If you're going through extraordinary back pain, and you're taking fucking Percocets, Vicodin, your parents are suffering, kratom may be the answer. I have a buddy that just bought some kratom for his father. He works HVAC, HVAC, has a lot of back pain. Started taking kratom in the mornings, relieves it. All right? A red strain is usually the form of kratom that you want if you have an extreme amount of pain. It's going to sort of provide that numbing effect, relaxation. Okay, I would recommend for the first time, if you're going to try it, actually I don't recommend. What I tried is a green strain. Okay, a green strain. Do your research. Figure out what this stuff is all about. Kratom, I can say, if you're on antidepressants, kratom may be worth looking into. The green sort of provides your body with that anxiety waning for the mind, but also with this invigorating feel, this bodily feel, like you're just strong. You know, when you're depressed and lethargic, it's just like, ugh. Kratoms can sort of give you that instant boost. All right, a green is sort of middle way between white and red, whereas red is more of a bodily high, and white is more like a cup of coffee. All right, so there's guys that actually take kratom pre-workout. Be warned, if you decide to try this out, it can be addictive. Now myself, I wasn't addicted to it at all. I would take it for a couple days, get off it, I wouldn't feel any withdrawal. There's guys that's been on it for years. This is where you have to be smart. You don't want it to become an addiction. You want to use it as an enhancement to prime your body to operate at peak performance. All right, you don't want to leave anything out on the table. Now, this doesn't mean you got to do all these things, but if it works for you and it can work for your life where you're at, then try it out if you would like to. All right. So a white again is more of like a caffeine sort of feeling. Moving on. This is a dangerous one, nicotine. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with nicotine. The thing is that it's the delivery method, which is cigarettes, these little cancer sticks, death sticks. Cigarettes are fucking terrible, all right? They're fucking terrible. There's so much different chemicals in there, you should not be smoking. But nicotine itself has a very, it can be therapeutic, it can help you organize your thoughts. It's actually, if you take it before the gym, oh man, it's like better than a pre-workout. The safest way that you're going to be able to take it is if you were to get nicotine gum. All right? If you get nicotine gum. Even if you're a smoker, dipping tobacco is fucking way safer, man. It's way safer than smoking and inhaling smoke. It's called smokeless. There's no smoke. There's even a safer version of that called Swedish snus. All right? The kind that you get in America is not real snus. I actually will use snus once in a while. You guys know that I used to dip. I stopped doing American dip. I switched to snus. Instead of being fermented, barrel aged, snus is pasteurized, steamed. It takes out a lot of the carcinogens. All right, snus though, you put up here. If you know any of your Swedish friends, Swedish bros watching it, you guys are probably all snoozing. Everyone in Sweden, there's like no cases of lung cancer. Everyone snoozes. And no fucking cases of mouth cancer. It's crazy. But it's still addictive. And is it good to be addicted to stuff? Probably not. You want to be the master. You want to be the boss. But it's nice to maybe, once in a while, you got to write, throw in a snooze. You want to get in the flow, you're going to take a walk, pop in an audiobook, throw in a snooze. Maybe you're having a conversation with your bros. Be the master, not the slave, okay? In America, the Camel is not real snooze. Any other brand in America right now that you can buy from a grocery store is not real snooze. The only one they have is called General Snooze. It's kept in a little fridge. Be careful, when you take one, it's usually like 3 to 4 times stronger than a cigarette, all right? So you cigarette smokers have no excuse. Cut that shit out, dude. It's killing you. Too much nicotine will make you anxious. It'll make you overthink. That's why you got to be careful with it. And it's also very addictive. All right? I wouldn't even try it if I was you, to be honest. All right? You got to have your shit together. Okay? Have your shit together. You young kids that are smoking these Juuls and these fucking vapes even safer, than smoking 600 plus chemicals. You guys that are smoking vapes and these little Juuls, getting your nicotine hit, you're like 15 years old, stop that shit, dude. It's been shown from the ages of like before 25, it can impair your cognitive function. You're messing with your neurochemistry. Be fucking careful, dude. All right, you don't want to mess that up. We're gonna move on. But gum is the safest. All right. Also with a cigar or a pipe, you're taking. You're not inhaling it into your lungs. Cigarettes are toxic. We're gonna move on. I talked about this in a few videos. Phenibut. You guys have heard about Phenibut. It was discovered, I believe, in the 1950s by a Russian scientist. And Phenibut is sort of like an anti-anxiety, sort of like kratom, but kratom is more of like a bodily, mental thing. Phenibut, for me, didn't really do much. I took about a gram. You want to find this stuff, make sure it's, the real deal, Phenibut. I would compare it to a glass or two of wine. Now, I'd much rather just have a glass or two of wine. Healthier, resveratrol, feels pretty good. I would take it before I went out, and I would notice that when you're trying to when you talk to multiple girls, which I did, which maybe was just placebo of taking it that night, but I felt like I was in flow, all right? I felt like I was easily more in flow. It had this sort of anxiety waning effect. But to be honest, probably my least favorite, man. It wasn't that strong. Again, it can be addictive. Some guys, I didn't feel the withdrawal effect. Some guys have said it has that, all right? Moving on. I am a big fan of nootropics, all right? I have not taken them for a while. The two that I have taken were Noopept, which was a more condensed version of what is, I believe, called piracetam. Noopept was very subtle. The dosage was very small. I got it from liftmode.com. I do not believe they have it there anymore. When I took Noopept, I remember I was in sales, and in sales they would play the music above, in the showroom. And I just felt like, I was in that. I would take it on a Saturday and I'm just in flow, man. The music is a little bit louder. It's a little bit more crisper. Things are a little bit brighter. I'm talking, I'm just opening my mouth. I got the golden mouthpiece on. Can I contribute that to Noopept? No, I don't know. All right, I like to think, sure, yeah, give me the enhancement. But you know what? I'm a fucking boss, dude. That's how you got to think of yourself. You don't want to ever rely. I'm not saying that out of ego. I'm saying that you never want to rely on these things to make you a boss. You are a boss. All right? Enjoy these, use them wisely. If they give you that edge, sure, but you're still a boss. All right? Moving on. Ashwagandha is an herb. Just like Rhodiola rosea, I'm saying that absolutely wrong. They've both been shown to have anxiety waning effects. Now, a lot of guys say, oh, I'm taking ashwagandha, I don't feel anything. Elijah said I was going to feel something. I just dropped $15 for a month's supply. All right, it's not $15 for a month, not that expensive. It's an adaptogenic herb that helps your body adapt to stress. Now, we can all probably use that, fortify our body with that, make ourselves concrete. You may not feel anything. It doesn't mean it's not working, all right? If you take it and you notice that you're not as anxious, good. But the main thing is that it's making your body tougher. It's making your body more adapted to stress, all right? That's simple. Look up ashwagandha. It's been around forever in ancient Indian medicine, which I believe is called Ayurvedic. I can't say that word correctly, but you guys can say it in the comments. All right, moving on to the last thing, and this is something that two things that I've learned that are going to help produce L-dopa, which in turn is going to help dopamine concentration, or maybe even make those. I don't know how it works exactly. All right, I haven't looked into it deep enough. My experience with it too were okay. They were good. They were helpful. Guys that are on antidepressants, maybe this is something that you want to look into. Mucuna pruriens, all right, increases L-dopa, and L-tyrosine, both natural, both pretty damn cheap. You guys can look into these two. Guys, if you have any supplements that you are taking that you really enjoy, maybe some nootropics that you want to share with the monks in this group, put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. This week we're doing new challenges. It used to be every month. We're doing new challenges every single week in the Monk Mode Mastermind group. I invite you guys to check out the link down below. We're going to be talking more about all these supplements. Everyone posting their entire cabinets full. We're going out on the weekends. We're doing these challenges. I'm not going to tell you the challenge right now. You're going to have to check that out. You can start your free 3-day trial today. It's that link. It's only going to take you 1 minute to sign up. You're going to get invited to this new mastermind group. It's all about transforming your mind, your body, guys. Right now, we read a new book every single month. You're going to get a new workout that everyone's doing. You have access to a list of workouts. Everyone's doing this every single month, all right? It's a new month. Let's get started with these new challenges, holding everyone to it. It's hard to stay the same when everyone's moving forward, all right? Come join our tribe. There's a link down below. I will see you guys soon. Have a great day. Peace.